Now, there's been another sharp reminder of the growing tensions between Turkey and Syria. After days of cross-border artillery fire, in the past few hours, a Syrian passenger plane has been allowed to take off from the Turkish capital after it had been forced down by Turkish fighter jets. Now, the authorities there suspected that the plane, which was flying from Moscow to Damascus, was carrying equipment for the Syrian military. Security officials in Ankara seized some of the cargo. So far, they haven't said exactly what they found.
Stuck on the tarmac for hours, this Syrian plane had been on its way from Moscow to Damascus. But on entering Turkish airspace, fighter jets diverted the plane with more than 30 passengers on board to Ankara. Turkey says it was well within its rights to do so, for this was no ordinary passenger plane.
Today we received information that this plane was carrying cargo of a nature that could not possibly comply with the rules of civil aviation.
That suspicious cargo has now been seized. Some local media are reporting the seized materials were parts for weapon systems destined for Assad's forces.
We are determined to control weapons transfers to a regime that carries out such brutal massacres against civilians. It is unacceptable that such a transfer is made using our airspace.
The plane, which was travelling from Moscow, was later allowed to continue on to Damascus. After the incident, Turkey warned its airlines to avoid Syrian airspace in case Syrian forces decided to retaliate.
Leaving Ankara at last, bound for Damascus. The A320, carrying around 30 passengers, spent several hours on the ground while the contents of its hold were examined. Turkish fighter planes were scrambled to intercept the plane after it entered Turkish airspace. Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said Turkey had received intelligence that the cargo did not conform to civilian rules.
Meanwhile, the Turkish military has strengthened its presence along the 560-mile border with Syria, saying it will strike back without hesitation against any shelling from its neighbour.
As you know, we respond immediately and we also cause damage. But if shelling from Syria continues, we will respond with greater force.
Foreign Minister Davutoglu said that if it proves to be the case that the plane was carrying weapons, then civil aviation law will be applied, and presumably that means the cargo would be confiscated and some sort of fine would be imposed. Syrian planes have been flying between Russia and Damascus over Turkey for many years, and this is the first time I know that a Syrian plane has been forced to land in Turkey because its cargo is suspect. A sideline to this event is that a Turkish plane, which was going to fly to Saudi Arabia, containing pilgrims who were going to make a minor Hajj there, was forced to land at the southern Turkish airport because Turkey didn't want any chance of Syria bringing that plane down on Syrian territory.